It's Voltorb!
It's Rivet!
Hello! Fuck! There's not a lot of things I remember from my childhood, but I'll never forget coming back home from school and seeing a copy of Pokemon Red and a strategy guide on top of my desk, all neatly packaged and waiting for me to rip into it. And I'm pretty sure that's all I did for the next few weeks. I remember my cousin telling me about this missing no trick, and how you had to put an item in your 6th slot, surf up and down the right side of Cinnabar Island. It blows my mind that after 29 years, Pokemon still has this mesmerizing grip on my brain.
Meat or potatoes?
Pokemon boils down to 3 things for me: collecting, battling, and nothing but bangers, baby. Pokerogue agrees with me because that's all you do. There's no 2-hour tutorial explaining how Pokemon work, who your mom is, who's your best friend, meeting the professor, getting leashed around the town like a dog, battling 20 trainers with 1 level 5 Pokemon. There's none of that. And that's why I love Pokerogue, and probably why it's the most fun I've ever had playing Pokemon in my life, or at least it's tied for doing a Soul Link randomized Nuzlocke with my good friend Danny. There's no grinding, there's no fluff, and there's definitely no tutorials on how to catch Pokemon. You just get to play Pokemon. But for those who have never played Pokerogue, you might need a tutorial. Just trust me on this, it'll only take a minute, I swear.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Pokerogue, assuming you're starting with Classic Mode, which is what I recommend all new players to start with, lets you start with any of the starter Pokemon across all the different generations. But you're limited to a score of 10. Once you've set up your team with probably your favorite fire/water/grass combo, you'll hit start and you're immediately sent into your first fight. And welcome back to Pokemon. It plays exactly the same as you remembered whatever previous Pokemon you've played before. But there's a small twist. You see, after every fight, you get a random item drop, as well as the ability to spend your money, healing, reviving, or taking care of your Pokemon. Be careful though, as your money is limited. Run out of money, and that basically means you run out of heals. Every 10 levels, you'll either fight a gym leader or an extra hard wild Pokemon, which you can catch by the way. And don't worry about your dead Mons. If you make it past every 10th floor, your team will be fully healed and revived. However, here comes my favorite part. You can't heal or use items in the middle of the fight. You need to battle it out like a true Pokemon master. There's no set mode, no max revives, no potion spamming. You're gonna have to learn how to pivot. Well, what's pivoting? Pivoting is the act of swapping a Pokemon into a move that it's immune to, and to help maintain your tempo.
Nerd!
Wait, what?
Normally, when you fight in Pokemon, it often goes something like this. You click a move, and then your opponent clicks a move, and whoever's faster usually goes first, and that's that. But what happens if you see that your water Pokemon is incredibly weak to the current electric Pokemon that's on the field, and you don't really have a super effective move to take them out? Well, that's normally when you need to swap it out for a Pokemon that can hopefully resist it. But by switching out, you're effectively giving your opponent a free attack. Basically, you're giving them tempo. That is, unless you swap out your Pokemon into a move that they're immune to, and that's pivoting, baby. If we swap our water Pokemon into a ground Pokemon, they'll completely eat the electric move for free and will win back tempo into our favor. Learn your Pokemon immunities, as this is a very, very useful trick that you're going to need to exploit if you plan on seeing a victory screen in this game mode. Pokerogue is a hard game. It forces you to interact with all the different Pokemon mechanics, as a lot of the later fights will feature teams of 6 Pokemon, sometimes with a myriad of different types. And let me tell you, this AI is actually smart. It will swap the Pokemon if it feels it's gonna get one-shot, or if it sees a Pokemon that might one-shot yours. And for me, this is a goddamn breath of fresh air. I really thought Pokemon was a game for 6-year-olds until I started playing this game, and I quickly realized that there's a ton of depth to the game. You just need to slap on a bunch of restrictions and add extra rules to get there. And the best part is, This game has all of these rules hard baked into it, so there's no need to do any honor code like you might in a Nuzlocke. There's also plenty of double battles, where moves like Fake Out or Light Screen actually play a huge role. And Protect is probably one of the best skills you can learn, because you can simply protect to see what move they're planning on using, and then swap out a Pokemon that's immune to that move. The battles are so fun in this game. You're constantly clenching your cheeks as you desperately duke it out with your rival, trading your Pokemon one after another, only for you to then get mopped up by a later Team Magma fight. Did I say Team Magma? I forgot to mention that every time you start up a run, you'll also encounter a random team from any generation. And not only that, but did I mention that they play their music too? Make sure you toggle the option for all generation music in the main menu, because otherwise you're going to miss out on so many gems from the past. And the sprites. I adore these sprites. You can call me a jaded old millennial, but I think the Pokemon artwork peaked in Generation 5 and has basically gone downhill ever since. Look at how much life is put into these sprites, and they even added Gen 5 style sprites for newer generations. There's also so much customization that you can do with the game. You want to play it on 5 times the normal speed? Be my guest. You can toggle XP level ups off, show which types are effective or resist others. It's the most accessible I've seen any Pokemon game try to achieve. You can also play it on your phone, as all you need is a working browser, and that's it. And what's more is that all of this is completely free. Now, up until this point, there isn't anything new. This is just still bare bones Pokemon. Don't worry, because PokeRogue is about to show you how to make a Pokemon game more addictive than sugar. And that's...
You know, rogues have it pretty tough.
Besides the whole if you die, you basically have to restart from the whole beginning dynamic, which is very in line with a lot of roguelikes, PokeRogue also adds layers and layers of sweet goodness. Let's start with the random events. They've even added a global trade system, which lets you trade off Pokemon, do a wonder trade, or even trade away some of the items that you might not need anymore in exchange for something that could be better. A time machine that might send you into another realm, a mad scientist who offers to enhance one of your Pokemon, and this is a great addition, and my only gripe would be that they could appear a little more often to help offset the only downside that this game has, and that's just mindlessly murdering wild Pokemon over and over. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's also these egg vouchers, which you can get after beating certain gym leaders, or making it past a certain stage. You can use these little vouchers in gacha machines that will let you get, well, eggs, which you can hatch. There are 3 types of eggs, but I always recommend you go for shiny eggs because
shiny like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck and make it look shiny.
Shinies matter in this game. They matter a lot. You see, there's something you'll probably notice as you play the game, and that's this luck meter over here. And basically, it increases your odds of getting good items to appear after every fight. And by adding shiny Pokemon to your team, you increase your overall luck. I love this mechanic. Not only does every Pokemon fan agree that shinies are just plain awesome, but this game actually rewards you for hunting them. And there's even 3 tiers of shinies with different colorations. This is such an amazing twist to the game, and it's one I hope to see future Pokemon games try to implement. And the final rogue element I want to talk about are candies. As you continue playing the game, you get these candies for specific Pokemon that you're using, which let you unlock things like reducing its cost for your initial party, as well as unlocking passives. Yes, Pokemon can straight up get passives on top of their ability, which make the game radically easier for those who are struggling to make it into the higher stages. There are a few minor issues that I have with the game, primarily involving Floor 200, but I'm not going to spoil anything, and just let you have fun and see for yourself. In short, I love PokeRogue. Maybe I loved it a bit too much. But either way, it's a must-play for any Pokemon fan. And do it fast, because I'm not sure how long Nintendo's gonna let this thing stay alive. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you want to support me, and share the video with someone who you think might like it. And I'll see you all in the next video.